The doctor grabs Laura's hand and sprints to the end of the hallway. "Left, doctor!" Laura shouts. They take a left and run into the dark room. "Running from your fears, are you?" a man says. The man steps down from the stage he is on and approaches the doctor and Laura. He touches Laura's arm. "Back off of her!" the doctor shouts as Hell grabs the man's collar and hits him against the stage wall. He raises his fist at the man but brings it down. He looks back at the man and takes his hand off him. The doctor steps back near Laura. The room goes black. The doctor panics as he sees Laura's lifeless body lying in her blood. "No. Laura, what have I done?" he cries. "You've broke the rules, Doctor. And now your friends will pay," the man shouts. The doctor wakes up in a panic on the floor of the TARDIS. He had been dreaming. There was nobody in sight, not even the man he saw. "Ah, Doctor, you're up. You had hit your head on the railing after you fell over. Am I that ugly?" the man says as he steps over the knocked over doctor. He walks up to the console room and punches in a location. "Let's go home, shall we?" he says. The man takes a seat on the chair in the TARDIS and laughs to himself. "After all this time trying to find you, it was that easy tracking him down using his power. Or should I say her power? The TARDIS powers. Soon you won't have to worry about breaking any more rules. The power will be mine. All of it." "I don't understand. How you..." the doctor says in pain. The TARDIS lands. The man grabs the doctor and pulls him onto his feet. He pushes the doctor out the door and onto the ground of the planet. They both walk down a path to the fountain. Something was off. There was no water in the fountain. It was as if it had been abandoned. "This is your home?" the doctor says. "Yes, it is, Doctor. Until they banished me because they knew how strong I was. I knew all the secrets to time. That's why I came to you that day. You had broken the rules of time and took your companion after you lost her. You tried to make up for the mistake you made and let her die a second time. She should have stayed on her planet," he says. The man walks up to the fountain and flips a coin into it. He then walks past it and goes into the field. "Come over here, Doctor." The doctor slowly goes over to the man in the field and watches him. The man raises his hands towards the TARDIS. A grin appears on his face. "How nice would it be to have the power of the TARDIS? Obtain the energy stored in that stupid blue box," he says. "It's not just a stupid blue box," the doctor replies. "Let me take you somewhere, back to my childhood home," he says, as he takes the doctor into the city. They walk into an empty city. Buildings left to decay, food left to rot, and nature left to perish. The streets went from overpopulated to empty. "What happened here? Why are these streets empty?" the doctor says. "After I was banished from here, the military took over. The government was overthrown because of the lies and corrupted body of it. Speaking of the wrecked, the place had truly been left there to decay." A group of military men walks past the building they're hiding in. One of the men pulls out a scanner, but it isn't a normal scanner. It was a heat signature scanner. "Hold on. I need to find out what this is," the doctor says as he pulls out his sonic. The man slaps it out of his hand. The noise of the sonic hitting the ground alerts the military men. "What the hell was that?" The army men pursue the noise. They raise their weapons at the shelf, and the doctor is behind. The doctor pops out from the shelf. Whoa, 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 what's with all the weapons? That's not how you treat a brigadier," the doctor says in a nervous but confident voice. The military man shoved the weapon closer. Oh yeah? Prove it, one of them says. The doctor puts a wallet out of his pocket, then a card out of his sleeve of it. He slowly brings the card to the eyes of the military men. It reads, Name, Ethan. Surname, your gun, soldier. One of the soldiers says. He's not our branch, but he's a higher command than us. I'm deeply sorry, Brigadier. Come with us. We are doing a final evac of the city. Evac? Turner. Rank, Brigadier. Branch, 4th Division. Lower for what? The doctor replies. We found radiation last week. The ground is going to collapse soon due to the core of the planet. He says back. In the distance, a small ship lands on the street. The lead soldier guides the doctor to it. They all get in. As they are approaching the ship, he looks back at the building. The man he was in with is nowhere to be seen. He got away. The ship flies up to the mothership and enters on the bay side. It lands and they get out. A medical doctor runs up to them in a radiation suit. Hands out, soldiers! Prepare for scanning! He shouts. The soldiers put their hands out. The doctor does as well. The medical doctor brings out a large scanning device and lifts it to each soldier. Then we get to the doctor. Who's this? The medical doctor says to the doctor's face. He's with us. We assume he's what's left in the city. He's a brigadier from the 4th branch. We're getting him to his mothership. If we just need to check him in. One of the soldiers replies. The scanner then reads, clear of radiation for all of them. You're clear to move on, the medical doctor says. The soldiers bring the doctor into an admin room with many other soldiers in it. A screen lights up with a message, 62% complete. Missiles ready. A soldier gets up off a chair near the screen and says, Alright men, prepare for any random movements on the ship. We are testing rockets. As you should have been told, this planet must come to an end before it corrupts the solar system. One growing star appeared one day in the corner of the planet. It has to be destroyed. Wait, why would you want to blow up a growing star? That would off-put every planet course, causing gravity issues. I mean, these are planets we are speaking of. Life forms? What's the point to blow it all up? The doctor shouts. And you are? He responds. I'm Brigadier Turner of the 4th Division. Brigadier Turner, huh? You look different. Haircut? Anyway, if you haven't been informed, the planet is going to eventually blow up. The size of the explosion is unknown. We also know the planet is a living waste zone of unknown radiation. The chemicals are seen to make people go crazy and kill them slowly. With a planned explosion, we know the radius of the damage and we can contain it. Don't worry about off-putting the system. We have this under control. A voice on an intercom then says, Warning! 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 Large seismic pulses picked up from the planet. We don't know what it is, but we have to move. The launch will be delayed. The doctor is confused, along with everyone in the room. This isn't what I planned to happen, but now that the doctor is gone, I can't do what I came here for, the mysterious man says as he walks down to the city streets. The only way there is with the doctor. That's where I can finally see the core at once, but now I will get him down from the ship. The man looks up at the ship and thinks to himself, I know he'll come back down. He wouldn't leave his ship here. The man looks at the TARDIS and smiles. The doctor stands against a desk thinking. He knows he can't leave the man down here, but he also can't leave the TARDIS. Even with the things the man did to him, he can't let him die on a planet alone. The doctor leaves the room into a hallway. He reads on a nearby sign that the safety deck is near. There is a chance it will have escape pods. The doctor rushes down the hallways, following the signs until he is met with the locked door to the safety deck. He peeks through the window and to see scared higher-up soldiers getting in escape pods. They know something is wrong. The doctor knocks on the door. A man notices and quickly covers the window up with something. Damn it! What is going on here? He says to himself. A man comes rushing at the door holding a violet key card. He goes to swipe it and enter the safety deck. Mr. Brigadier, what are you doing here? He says in a panic as he swipes the card at the door. The door opens and there is nobody in sight, just 2 more escape pods left. The doctor runs up to one of them and thinks to himself. I go down, find him and leave, but the missiles. They're going to kill millions who inhabit that planet. I can't let it happen. The doctor opens the escape pod door and closes it. He types on a tablet in the pod and directs it straight down. The pod then shoots down at the planet at a high velocity. It is going to crash. The doctor takes control of the pod and tries to pull it up. Just misses the hard ground, but scrapes the streets and goes crashing into a fountain near the TARDIS. Yes, perfect! Doctor, I knew you would miss me, the man says with excitement. He claps his hands. The doctor climbs out of the pod and sees a large hole with a star underneath the fountain. You are coming with me, the doctor yells. No, not quite. You have just found the stairway to the core. I know they were hiding this. The man grabs the doctor's arm and pulls him down the stairs. The doctor brushes himself off the arm and walks behind him. They both go down the stairs, which feels like it took ages to get down. They reach the bottom. The ground is rock. And it's hot to the touch. It slightly melts the bottom of the shoes of each of them. As if they walk more, they reach a hallway. At the end, it's a bright light shine. At the end of it, a bright light shines. Another pulse goes off and knocks them both to the ground. The man climbs up using the wall and walks faster to the light. Wait! The doctor shouts, but the noise of the light is so loud he could not hear it. He reaches the light. It is a blue sphere of pure energy, a star that had been born. The energy starts to burn the man's skin. The doctor gets up and starts to run to grab the man. Can't let them die. The man puts his hand out and touches the light. Now, I can become a celestial light, he says as his whole hand enters the light and absorbs him into it. The doctor is in shock. He leans against the wall. The light starts to shrink and form the shape of a person. It then steps out towards the doctor and reaches for him. The light starts to disappear from the figure. It was the man. He's covered in burns all around, but then they start to heal. Do you see me, doctor? Look at me. I have become a celestial light. Aren't you proud? He says. No, I don't understand, the doctor replies. The man grabs the doctor with a firm grip and shoots energy into him to paralyze him. Then holds the doctor over the pit that the star once was. The distance down would kill anyone who fell into it. Goodbye, doctor. I guess I never needed you anyway, he says and throws the doctor into the pit. I can't be stopped now. The doctor is motionless, frozen. He wants to move, but he can't. The energy that went into him completely froze his body. Doctor? Doctor, wake up! A girl says. The doctor lays in a flower field motionless. Doctor! She says again as she pulls the doctor up. You are very funny, doctor. Always playing around, right? The doctor opens his eyes and looks at the girl. Laura. Oh, how I missed you, he says with a large smile. Grabs her hand and runs through the flower fields to the TARDIS. Laura, you stayed too long. I need to get you home. Please. Are you kidding me? She laughs. We haven't gotten tea from that place you wanted. Went to Live Aid. Listen to the Beatles live. Please, doctor? Please? Alright, fine. But fast, I need you home soon. We'll get tea and go to Live Aid. Not the Beatles. That's for next. We can see the Beatles again another time, the doctor replies. They enter the TARDIS and it materializes outside of a small tea shop. They get out in the TARDIS and go inside. The place is small. All paintings, furniture, and tables are so small. "Welcome, Doctor. Long time no see," a man says as he comes with 2 cups of milk tea. "Doctor? Is he an elf?" Laura says in a happy shock. "Yes, but we don't call him that," he replies in a whisper. The elf puts the tea on a table and walks back to the counter. He then walks into a small doorway into a room. After many laughs and too many cups of tea, Doctor and Laura find themselves in the crown of many Queen fans cheering. Laura finally made it to Live Aid. There he was, the man himself, Freddie Mercury, running to the stage with his hands up. "I told you, Doctor. You shouldn't have left her." "But you had to break the rules over a stupid girl. Now look where she is," a man says. "Why are you doing this to me? Every time I try to forget about her, you do this to me," the doctor shouts in an angry voice. The world grows dark around the doctor. He had been dreaming, or rather someone had been projecting this in front of him. The doctor falls to the floor and starts to cry. He realizes he has screwed up, and this time he cannot go and save her. His eyes shoot open as the doctor falls into the deep pit in the core of the planet. He looks around himself. His body begins to move again. "I've done it before, I will do it again," he says to himself. The doctor snaps his fingers. Slam! The doctor falls onto the carpet at the entrance of the TARDIS. Perfect landing! Couldn't have been any better. The doctor runs to the console and the TARDIS materializes back to the planet's surface. He runs out the door to see the mothership preparing their missiles bay. "Time to destroy that thing," a soldier says as he's commanding the missile cannons towards the planet. "Hold on, sir, do you see that?" Another soldier shouts out. The man uses the energy star, absorbs the planet. He absorbed it, and prepares to take down the mothership. This is for everything you people have done to me. My brother, sister, father, my mother. The man raises his hands at the mothership, energy pulsing from his palms. He closes his eyes, tear rolled down his cheek. The doctor looks down and stares at the man. Seeing what he is about to do, he is torn. There's nothing he can do to save the planet. The TARDIS whizzes away as he at fast speeds as the planet below is left for nothing but destruction. The mothership. That's the only thing I can save. The TARDIS into another direction of the mothership at insane speeds. At the perfect time and speed, the TARDIS moves through the time barrier and takes the mothership with it, and they materialize away. Even after what you've done, I would have tried to save you, the doctor says to himself, referring to the man. Don't leave me, doctor! You can't do this! Do you not see me? The man says in fear. I'm going to die, aren't I? I'll die before he'll know my name. The man drops to the ground and starts to pulse energy everywhere, destroying the ground beneath him. Power has gone too overwhelming for him. He then blows up, blasting the energy around the planet, forming a full star. He becomes a celestial light. The doctor is slumped over against his console. He knows he lost. He will never know the motives of the man who murdered his companion. Then a phone rings. Who could this be? The doctor picks up the phone. Hello? Who's this? Is this the doctor? A man says on the phone. Yes? Why? If that was you who saved us earlier, I want to thank you. There are many families on board and many more young soldiers. I do not believe there's a person out there as brave as you are, he says back. Thank you. The phone quickly hangs up. What was that about? The mothership? The doctor walks up to a screen on his console and sees an alert. The alert goes up over the screen. It reads, "Distress alert. Message incoming." Hello? Is anyone out there? You have been shot down and crashed into the planet Thybris. Aquas in the system Tempest 6. We need help urgently. Our ship does not have long before we sink. The waves are thousands of feet tall. Please, someone save... The signal gets cut. Well then, the doctor exhales. Time to go swimming.